This episode reminded me why I like Usopp so much. He's sort of been in the background for a little while, sort of more like comic relief than anything. He hasn't really contributed too much to the Straw Hats as of late. But in this episode, I feel like he showed a lot of heart and he showed what he's really about. I mean, he did have moments where he was screaming and running away as he usually does, but he also had moments of like really good strategy and really good like deception, I guess you could say, because that's what Usopp excels at, is deception. And he nearly managed to scare away essentially Miss Merry Christmas and Mr. Four by using this 5-ton hammer that was actually 2 kilos that he sort of made out of like paper mache, which I thought was really funny. I don't know if he scared them away, but he nearly brought them to, because he's so good at lying, because he's practiced it so much, he can almost deceive somebody into believing he's way stronger than he actually is. He's way more of a threat than he actually is. And because he's so convincing, they actually do believe him. And I think they sort of let their guard down a little bit and they sort of get a bit worried and stuff like that. Even he was convincing them that he was the leader of the Straw Hat Pirates or whatever, and he had 8,000 members on his crew and stuff like that. And there are also moments where he's extremely tanky, like Usopp. He can take a beating, that's for sure. I mean, he got dragged through a wall at 60 miles per hour or something like that. He took explosions to the face. He had a whole building collapse on him, and he still managed to survive and keep fighting. Like, the dude's durable. You got to give him that. But again, just seeing Usopp in sort of in his element in this episode, being deceptive and like manipulative and stuff like that, and nearly coming out with the W potentially, I thought was really fun. Like I said, it was good to see Usopp sort of do something again, have like a Usopp and Chopper, I guess, focused episode. And speaking of Chopper, he got to show some of his strengths in this episode as well. And he's clearly more of a strategist than he is just a straight up brawler, even though he has this ability to change into different versions of himself and enhance different body parts. He can do this one with his brain, where if he's ever in a tight spot, he can enhance his brain function and come out with a really smart strategy in order to, come up with a weakness of their enemy, or, like I said, get out of a spot where he could potentially be in danger. I think that's really cool. And I just like watching Chopper fight, man. He's one of my favorite characters. But it was genius having him, go up to the gun dog and shoot all the baseballs down into the mole holes that were made by Miss Merry Christmas, and essentially nuke Mr. Four and Miss Merry Christmas at the same time. I thought that was really, really smart. Like I said, Chopper is a really good strategist, I feel like, when it comes to battle, especially when he uses that brain enhancement thing that he has. So him and Usopp are quite interesting as a duo when it comes to fighting. We have one that's like a master of deception and one that's almost like a master strategist when it comes down to it. So it's fun seeing the Straw Hat Pirates sort of pairing together and seeing how they sort of mesh together in a battle context, at least. But they didn't quite manage to get the job done, and at the end of the episode, Miss Merry Christmas informs Usopp and Chopper that Luffy has died by the hands of the captain. As we know, Luffy is still alive, but it seems like Luffy has died. And, their reaction is just complete disbelief. You can tell there's no way they believe it. It's like a dagger to the heart hearing that about Luffy. Like I said, Luffy is sort of like the thread that brought everybody together. It's their captain. They're the ones that Luffy is the one that drives them all forward. So hearing something like that is either going to break them or it's going to make them fight 10 times harder. It's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, this was a really fun episode. It was more just like fun to watch. There wasn't too much happening in terms of story, but it was just fun to watch. So I'm never against that. But yeah, let's on to the next one.